Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV, part of my Road to Masters series wherein I tried to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. Today we have another brand new team and I'm really excited to show it off because it's been performing pretty well and I'm using a couple Pokemon that I maybe don't typically use, so let's get to it. So first I'll kind of blast through the first Pokemon because they're not anything super special. We have Flutter main here with 3 attacks and Calm Mind with the booster energy, pretty standard stuff, max special attack, max speed. And I'm actually trying out the Stellar Terra type, which is the brand new Terra type that was introduced in the Indigo Disk DLC, which boosts your moves once you terastallize. It does not change your typing defensively at all, but offensively it gives you the Terra boost for each of your move types once. So once I use like Moonblast, for example, no other fairy move I use after that will be Terra boosted, if that makes sense. If I'm being completely honest, I am still not 100% sure what exactly the Stellar Terra type does, because there's a lot of different like components and stuff like that, but I just know that it'll boost my damage when I terastallize, and Flutter main's already a great Pokemon, so that seems like a really strong thing to add. Calm Mind is there. I originally had Thunder Wave with Hex instead of Shadow Ball, but it was rare that I was using, like, it was rare that I would get the situation where I could Thunder Wave them and then follow up with Hex. And, you know, if I'm not able to Thunder Wave them, then Hex is just weak. So I just thought I'd stay with the damage, and I have Calm Mind just in case I'm predicting a switch. I can like get a Calm Mind boost and, you know, just do extra damage once they go into something else. So that's the reason I'm running Calm Mind. Then we have Mamoswine, my standard Mamoswine set that I always run. I really love it. You know, I think it's pretty well positioned as an offensive Stealth Rock lead. So I'm playing it here and it's great. Then we have Assault Vest Scizor. This is max special, I'm sorry, not max special attack. This is max HP and max attack. And of course we have the Assault Vest item, which works really well with Scizor just because Scizor has an amazing defensive typing. 4 moves, that makes sense. When I was testing this team, I had dual Wing Beat on it, but instead of Close Combat, but I don't know, Close Combat helps me against certain other Pokemon, like it just offers good coverage. Knockoff is great. Bullet Punch obviously is the move you should always have on Scizor, and then we also have U-Turn just in case we predict switches and stuff like that. Now let's get to the other Pokemon on this team that, or I guess you could say the newer Pokemon on this team that I haven't really tried out before or featured in videos. We have Porygon Z. So Porygon Z was kind of the main Pokemon I thought of when I kind of built this team. And I really wanted to try Choice Specs Adaptability Hyper Beam Porygon Z because I can just one-hit KO probably almost everything in the meta with that Hyper Beam if I terastallize. Obviously the downside to that is we lose a turn by doing that, but the goal is maybe if I can get a knockout with Porygon Z against a trickier enemy Pokemon, you know, that just paves the way for my other Pokemon to kind of finish things off. It's one of the main reasons I decided to run Flutter main on this team, because I felt like obviously one of the biggest problems that Porygon Z would face would be ghost types because they could just switch into my normal type moves. So I decided to add Flutter main there to counteract the opponent's ghost types perhaps. So we're trying it out. In testing, you know, there have been a couple situations where it's been really good, a couple situations where it's a little awkward, but you know, definitely worth trying out. Then we have Latios. This is what I found to be, so far, of all the Latios sets I've tried so far, this seems like the best one. It's Life Orb. You could also run Choice Specs, but we have Flip Turn, Draco Meteor, Luster Purge, and Terra Blast with the Steel Terra type. Steel is an amazing defensive and also offensive Terra type for Latios. Defensively, because we have Levitate, we are not weak to ground, which means once we go Terra Steel, we are only weak to fighting and fire. And the cool thing is Latios is not weak to those types on the front, like before it terastallizes. So if we're up against a fighting type, we could probably safely terastallize without fear of them going for a fighting move, because if we didn't terastallize, we would resist it, right? So, and this Latios just does a ton of damage. We can Draco Meteor on switches, get a lot of damage off, and if the opponent, you know, goes into something good, or if we get that special defense or special attack drop, we can Flip Turn out of there, and that's just great. It's just been working really well. And to complement the switching we will be doing with Latios, we also have Entei. Entei is such an amazing Pokemon, such a cool Pokemon, one of my favorites from Gen 2. And we have the heavy duty boots because the goal is to switch in a lot with this Entei. And just spam Sacred Fire, really. Sacred Fire is a 100 base power move. It has a 50% chance to burn the opponent. So even against things like Urshifu and Dragonite who resist Sacred Fire, if we can get them on a switch or something, we have the chance to burn them, which completely gives us the edge over those Pokemon. And even against stuff like Flutter Mane, we still do massive damage, and even burning that would be good because Flutter Mane doesn't typically have a lot of recovery. Then we have Extreme Speed, and we're going Terra Normal. We're taking a page out of Dragonite's playbook with the Terra Normal Extreme Speed just to do extra damage, and Terra Normal complements Fire pretty decently on the defensive end. Then we've got Iron Head for, you know, Flutter Manes or stuff like that, and then Trailblaze just in case we're predicting switches. And if we get a speed boost, then we can be faster than a lot of other things. You know, those last two moves, in all honesty, Entei doesn't really have a lot as in terms of depth in its move pool, but you know, they're still fine moves. So this is the team. It's a lot of fun, pretty awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and get to some games and see how it does. Game number 1. My opponent has a very Paradox-centric team. They've got Iron Crown, Walking Wake, and Iron Boulder, and then they also have a few other interesting Pokemon after that. I think I like leading with Mamoswine here, although it's possible they're going to lead with Annihilate, so that's something I'm going to need to keep in mind. But Mamoswine seems decent. Well, actually, something else to keep in mind is that Iron Crown has its signature move, which is a Steel type move, and it hits twice, so that could actually kill my Mamoswine even through Focus Sash. So maybe I don't want to lead with that. Scizor is nice too. Originally I had dual Wing Beat on Scizor, which would be great against Annihilate. I ended up switching it for Close Combat at the last minute, just because I felt like Close Combat was just a little better all around. Oh, this is actually really tough. Porygon Z is nice, but they have a lot of fast Pokemon. I definitely like Flutter Mane. I think I'm going to bring Flutter Mane. I think I'm settling on that. I would love to bring Entei, but they also just have a lot of things that are good against Entei. And then I like Latios as well, so I'm going to lead Scizor and just kind of start with that. My worst, honestly, like, worst case scenario for any of my Pokemon is that they lead with Annihilate. I mean, Mamoswine's okay against Annihilate because I could get off a lot of damage with Earthquake, and if they taunt me, I don't really care, because I would just go for Earthquake if that was the lead. So I wouldn't care if they taunted me, because when I see Annihilate, I expect them to have, like, Taunt, Stealth Rock. Yeah, they do lead Annihilate. And then, like, Rage Fist, Drain Punch. They also could have Final Gambit, which is something to keep in mind. I'm just going to start with a knockoff. If they don't go for Final Gambit, we get off some good damage here, and then we get to follow up with a pretty nice Bullet Punch. I don't think Annihilate typically runs Fire Punch. They do actually switch, which I'm really happy about, and they go into Ursaluna, which means we get to eat their item right away, which is great. And I was talking, okay, well, they take that pretty nicely, so they're Assault Vest. They're pretty bulky. I was talking about Close Combat, and I'm just going to go for it, honestly. Ursaluna is such a scary Pokemon. That just getting as much damage on it as possible is worth it. Let's see how much this does. It almost knocks them out. They're probably going to knock me out here unless they just go for Blood Moon. I am Assault Vest, so I do have a little bit of boosted special defense. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's perfect. Now I can just freely go for the Bullet Punch, and no matter what they go into, I'm going to get off some good damage. And being able to finish off their Ursaluna is really, really nice here. So Scizor was a great choice for lead. The reason I chose it mainly was just because it's bulky, it has a great typing, and it could get almost guaranteed damage on almost anything they bring. So that ended up working out really, really well. They go back into Annihilate. I'd love to go for knockoff here, but I'm just going to go for the Bullet Punch. I think it's pretty likely they knock me out. Although the funny thing is, I'm not, well, never mind. I was going to say, I'm not sure how much damage Rage Fist does without me boosting it, but I am at -1 defense, so I think their Rage Fist would knock me out either way. So it's a good thing that I went for Bullet Punch. I did get a critical hit there, which is a little unfortunate for my opponent, obviously. I still don't know their item. I think I'm safe to go into Flutter Mane now. Actually, I think this actually works out pretty nicely. I can go into Flutter Mane, And if they stay in, they're dead. What are the odds they're Terra normal? I think I click Shadow Ball here. Because if I go Mystical, or what is it called? If I go Moonblast, I think one of the most common Terra types for Annihilate is Fire. So if I go Moonblast, they could just go Terra Fire and resist it. Although they're pretty low on health, I'm not sure they would want to Terrastalize, given that there's a good chance I could knock them out. Absolute worst case scenario is they go Terra Normal here, and then kill me with a Rage Fist, which is very possible, but I just don't think it's likely that they have Terra Normal, but we're about to find out. They might have it. Let's see what they go for. What Terra type? It's Terra Poison. Okay, nice, nice. So that's another Terra type that gets to resist Fairy. So they actually kind of wasted their Terra here. It's possible that the critical hit from Scizor helped, and honestly, yeah, it's possible that the critical hit from Scizor really mattered, because if I hadn't gotten that critical hit, if they were still at a little bit above half health or around half health, there's a chance I might have gone for Moonblast to try to get that extra damage, although at the same time maybe not, just because I was considering all of these possibilities. Now, their last Pokemon is Iron Crown. They can no longer Terrastalize. I'm trying to think. So they're gonna have a Psychic move, they're gonna have a Steel move. I mean, I don't think it matters too much. I'm just gonna click Shadow Ball. Iron Crown is a special attacker, so it's possible I could have gone Mystical Fire to also lower their special attack. But we didn't see an item. Oh, they're gonna kill us here. Yeah, this is their move. So it's a good thing well, if I had Terrastalize, I would have killed them unless they're Focus Sash. So I guess that's one downside to me not Terrastalizing. But my main point, or my main goal here, was that I can now go into Latios, who is faster than Iron Crown anyway. And, ooh, you know what? Oh, they're so low on health, any of our moves will kill them. I'm just gonna go Flip Turn. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna Terrastalize just in case they're Choice Scarf, because then I resist Tachyon Cutter, which is their, signature move. And this will guarantee the win, because once I resist Tachyon Cutter, I will absolutely survive it. If they're Choice Spect, if they're any other item other than Choice Scarf, I'm faster than them anyway. They are Choice Scarf. Wow. All right. So, wow, that could have gone really badly. So I'm really glad I got to save the Flutter Mane in the back, as well as I'm really glad I Terrastalize here, because had I not, that could have gone badly for us if they had gotten like a crit or something like that. So that ends up being really, really nice for us. We possibly could have lost this battle, but and once again, though, it didn't matter. Like, I could have Terrastalized either Flutter Mane or Latios. If I Terrastalized Flutter Mane, the Stellar Terra type boost allows me to kill them with the Shadow Ball there, so I would have won right then and there. And if I save my Terrastalizing like I did for the Latios, then I get to resist their hit and finish them off. So, good stuff. That was a good first battle. Let's go to the second. Game number 2, my opponent's team is pretty interesting. They have a few Pokemon we don't typically see. They have Glimmora and Gallade. Those are probably the two least common Pokemon. Glimmora is decently common. Volcarona is another one that I think is really good, but it just doesn't see all that much play. Ninetales is another one. It's pretty solid. I think it was in the top 20 last season, but it's dropped a lot since then. Then there's Dragapult, who I love, but this is the second time we're seeing a Kingambit. That's another Pokemon you don't typically see. I like Entei here. I think I like Entei, although Volcarona is really, really scary, so maybe I don't want to bring it. I mean, I saw Kingambit and I was like, okay, Entei looks pretty solid here. Mamoswine also seems decent, but at the same time, I don't love Mamoswine against their two most likely leads, which are Ninetales and Glimmora. Huh. Do I ever bring Porygon Z? I'm not sure about that either. This is scary. I really don't like Glimmora. Glimmora is a Pokemon that it feels annoying to face. Is there ever a world where I lead Flutter Mane? Oh, this is tough. I kind of want to bring Flutter Mane and Latios again, and I've got to make that choice quickly here. All right, fine. I'm going to bring Mamoswine. I know I said I didn't love it. It's decent. It's decent against everything. Oh, man. Volcarona is terrifying. I really need to... I actually don't know how I beat Volcarona if they bring it. I could get up Stealth Rock, but it's pretty likely that they have Heavy Duty Boots. I think Heavy Duty Boots is probably, I would guess, it's the most common item on Volk. Because Volcarona is such an amazing Pokemon, and its biggest drawback is the fact that it's 4 times weak to Rock. They lead Dragapult, which I'm happy about. I'm just going to go ahead and Crash here. Just do massive damage. They actually fire off a Draco Meteor. Wow, so this is a really aggressive first turn for both of us. And if I hit this Icicle Crash, I might just kill them. And even if I don't, I can follow up with an Ice Shard. We know they're not Focus Sash now. Perfect, perfect. So this should kill them, which puts us in a really good position because we still have our Mamoswine alive. And we have access to Ice Shard. So if they go into something that's faster, we can just fire that off. If they go... Oh, this is probably Volk, isn't it? Oh no, it said Volnona. I guess that's probably a different name for Ninetales. So here... I think we just have to let this happen. They're setting up Aurora Veil probably for the Volcarona. I think they're gonna, or they're probably gonna set up Aurora Veil here. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and, let's go Stealth Rock just in case. Yeah, they go Aurora Veil, which is what I thought. I'm going Stealth Rock. I could have gone for Earthquake to get off some decent damage against them. But this actually might work in my favor. Plus I'm clicking Stealth Rock because if there's a chance that they don't have Heavy Duty Boots on Volcarona, we get to just eat half of its health right away. And they're probably gonna knock me out here and this, oh, they just go Encore, okay. So they're probably gonna switch, though there is a chance that they don't. So if they switch into Volcarona here, I think I have to go into Flutter Mane here. I don't love this at all. But I think I have to just switch here. If they hit me with a Blizzard, it is what it is. I just think it's pretty likely they switch. And I do not want to give their Volcarona a free Quiver Dance at all. If they hit Blizzard here, I should take it. Moonblast, I take it, but it's possible they could lower my special attack. It's kind of weird that they went for Encore if they were just going to finish me off, right? That's really kind of weird. Either way, now I can go Mystical Fire, which I think I'm just gonna do. I could also go Calm Mind, but let's start with Mystical Fire. They switch, okay. Hey, it's possible their last Pokemon is not Volcarona. It's Gladimp, I don't know how to say it. Wow, we actually hit the Mystical Fire against King Gambit. Okay, they get the Supreme Overlord, which is really scary, but we're gonna get super effective damage here. They do take that really well, which leads me to believe that they are that they're Assault Vest. They're probably gonna kill me with Sucker Punch, right? This might be a really weird play. I guess this is not that bad, because if they kill me here on the switch, that's fine, because Mamoswine was almost as good as dead anyway. I expect them to go Sucker Punch. And I know that Flutter Mane is faster than both of their Pokemon anyway. Oh, they go Cleave. Smart play on my opponent's part, okay. So now I have a few decisions to make. I wonder, does that ever mean that they do not have Sucker Punch? I think I want to Terrastalize Latios, but... They have to have Sucker Punch, right? Why didn't they go for it? Do I just go into this and go Moonblast? If I go into this and I die, that's pretty bad. I don't know. There's so many things to think about here. I'm probably just going to be overthinking everything like I always do. If they have Sucker Punch, I could Terra here. But the sad thing is I just don't have a good move to hit them. So I might just Flip Turn. I'm gonna try not to think too hard, but at the same time I should be thinking kind of hard. I'm going Terra Steel so that I'm no longer weak to their dark moves. I just hope they go Sucker Punch. If they go Sucker Punch, I should survive. I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna survive. I should survive, presumably, and then that allows me to go into Flutter Mane. And then at that point, it's just a mind game. They do not go Sucker Punch. Do they just not have it? All right. I'm always misplaying with this Latios. I'm always overthinking it with this Latios. So they're probably gonna kill me here, which is actually really rough. Yeah, this is pretty bad. They're gonna kill my Flutter Mane, and then I think that's just game, yeah. I just over predicted the Sucker Punch, which, I mean, again, do you blame me from expecting a Kingambit to have Sucker Punch? That's gonna be game. Because we saw how little that flip turn did. Obviously, Kingambit resists all of my moves, so it just doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a rough one. I guess that's a lesson. Let's use that as a potential lesson, but it's so hard to learn lessons in this game mode, because it's like, okay, the basic thing to do there, and maybe, I mean, it obviously in hindsight, what I should have done is stayed in with Fluttermane and just gone for the Mystical Fire, even though it wasn't doing that much damage. I mean, I guess that's something I guess that's good to keep in mind as well. It was not doing that much damage, the Mystical Fire, because they had Assault Vest, presumably, and they also had the Aurora Veil up. So even after one Mystical Fire, they would have survived, and then they would have probably killed me with the Cleave. Then I go into Mamoswine, and assuming they don't have Sucker Punch, I click Earthquake. And I don't know, that was a weird one. I just think I was gonna lose. I think I was just dead to that Kingambit anyway. It was just way too bulky from the Aurora Veil, and I just couldn't do damage to it. That was a tough one. Let me know in the comments what you would have done differently. There's probably a lot of things I'm missing there, but anyways, let's go to game 3 here, and we have another very interesting team. They have Flygon, which is one of my favorite Pokemon, a Pokemon that I'm really excited. Oops, I really want to try it out for myself. They also have Metagross, which is another cool Pokemon that is new to this game, and I'm interested in seeing what it does. They also have Comfey, or Comfey, however you say it, which I'm used to seeing in Pokemon Unite. I play Pokemon Unite, and in Pokemon Unite, it attaches to a teammate and it just like stays on them. And I don't know, it's weird seeing it in this game now because, I don't know, it's not very common in singles. I could lead Porygon. I feel like they're gonna lead with Vikavolt. Right? And then I'm gonna bring Entei. And then I don't like that Primarina. Primarina and possibly Ogerpon are scary. So do we just bring Scizor? Yeah. All right, we're gonna try it out, everyone. These are 3 Pokemon that I haven't been bringing that much, notably the Porygon and the Entei. So we're just gonna try it out. You know, we're trying to show off Porygon in this video, so let's bring it, right? I think I might depending on who they lead with, I might just Terrasilize and Hyper Beam turn 1 with Porygon. I don't think they have any ghost types, right? Of course, they do have a couple Pokemon that resist. Wow, they lead with Comfey. I don't know what this thing does. I think I'm just gonna click Hyper Beam, though I'm not gonna Terrasilize. Or do I? Let's go for it, everyone. Let's see what this can do. That's why I'm bringing it, just to kind of blast through the opponent's Pokemon. I don't think they really have too many Pokemon that can set up either. I guess they have Flygon, so it's not like I'm giving them too much of a window, but this kind of guarantees a kill unless they have Focus Sash. If they have Focus Sash, this is just gonna be the stupidest thing I've ever done, which is saying something. Let's just see. This should kill if they don't have Focus Sash. Yeah, just clean one-hit KO. That's why I'm running it, but we do give them a free switch here, obviously, because I have to recharge. So if they just go into like Vikavolt, I mean, we're just gonna get 2 kills with this thing, but let's see what they go into. Oh, they go Flygon. Okay, like I said, they might just go Dragon Dance here. We do have Scizor in the back to go for a Bullet Punch. They just Boom Burst. Okay, cool, I'll take that. And I do take that. Okay, they are faster naturally. Oh, that's a Throat Spray. If they're jolly, or no, I'm sorry, if they're timid with max speed, then they're gonna outspeed me this second turn. If not, I might outspeed them. Okay. I don't want to get my hopes up. They go Boom Burst the second time. We know that they're not Scarfed, so they do Speed Tie with Entei, which is kind of scary, right? I could go Entei, and I would have to no, I can't Terrasilize, of course. I guess I just go Scizor here, and I think I just have to go Bullet Punch. I could Terrasilize in case they could have like Flamethrower, honestly. Oh no, well I can't, I'm so dumb, I cannot Terrasilize. This should do good damage, but we'll see how it goes. They might be Terra normal. I guess it's possible I could have expected their Terra and had gone for the close combat. Let's see. This is a fun game, everyone. See how this plays out. Again, I'm Assault Vest, and my typing is really good, so I should be able to take a ground type move like Earth Power. I definitely take a Boom Burst. Yeah, we go Bullet Punch. Should do good damage. Does half. Nice. I'll take that. Nice. And now we should survive. We do. We take that really well, even though they're at +1. I mean, sadly, as much as I absolutely love Flygon, it's not that strong. They're going to switch now. I'm fine with that. We know they have Flygon in the back now. And we have Extreme Speed with Entei. Ooh, where's the ground? They go into Metagross now, and Bullet Punch does nothing. Let's go ahead. Ooh, I actually have not seen Metagross yet in this game. It floats. I like that. Let's go Knockoff. They could Terrastalize. Oh, they don't. Oh, they go Knockoff. I saw the word Knockoff, and I was like, oh, I just went first. I think I'm in a good spot here, though. This should do a lot of damage. Let's see what their item is. Is that weakness? No way, dude. Weakness policy. That's weird. It's funny because some items, when you use knockoff, like it knocks them off before they proc, but then with weakness policy, it procs when you use it. I don't know, it's kind of weird. We're probably not going to survive a follow-up hit from them. We know they're faster than us. By some miracle, I'm going to click U-turn. Okay, they go knockoff again. I wonder if I had survived that if they didn't get the weakness policy activation. Okay, so we know they're not Choice Scarf. They are a physical attacker. I might lose this one. I might lose to a Metagross Comfey team, everyone. A Flygon team. Because I love Flygon, I'm not going to be that upset because, you know, if I'm going to lose to something, I guess it's got to be one of my favorite Pokemon, but I should be faster than them. They go Bullet Punch. Cool. I do resist that. This is looking pretty good for us. Cool. Okay, nice. That'll kill. They still haven't Terrastalized. Okay, it comes down to this Extreme Speed. Huh. I could also go Iron Head to potentially flinch them. I don't think Extreme Speed is killing them. We should Speed Tie here, which means that we both have the same speed stat. I think that's a lot of rolls. I mean, I think I need to go for it though. I don't think Extreme Speed is killing them. Well, here's the funny thing actually. I can't Terrastalize, and Extreme Speed and Iron Head have the same power, so they're gonna do the same amount of damage. Well, I guess the awkward thing here is if Extreme Speed would have killed, then I should have just gone for it, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. They actually Terrastalize, so I could have actually gone for Sacred Fire, but if they just go first, then it just doesn't matter. We go first, and we don't kill, so... Oh my god, wow, I don't deserve that. Yes, but I'll take it. Okay, we didn't lose to the Comfey Metagross Flygon team. I mean, Metagross is good, so I guess I wouldn't really mind losing against that. Flygon, again, I love it, so I wouldn't mind losing there. Comfey's the only one where I'm like, if I lose against a Comfey. All right, so I think I made the right play there. Given that we for sure now know that Extreme Speed would not have killed them, Extreme Speed was the wrong play. So I guess I could have gotten a crit, but I mean, I guess in the end, we only won that game because of hacks. But this is a fun team. I love this team. Honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest, this is one of my favorite teams that I've made so far because it feels like it has play against a lot of different things. And it's just playing some Pokemon that are just really fun to use. Like you saw that game, that turn 1 with Porygon Z, just annihilating that Comfey. You know, you can actually do that. Like if you navigate the battles well enough, or you kind of are able to think ahead, you can just cleanly one-hit KO something and just take it out. So that's why I like Porygon Z. I think it's good to use, and you just definitely want to build some support around it. Latios is great. This Latios set, honestly, it didn't have a great showing in this video, but in testing, this set has been very, very good. I've been really loving it. This is probably my favorite Latios set so far that I've used. Then Entei is another one that I've just been loving. It's great. It's tanky. Its design is amazing. With heavy duty boots, it can switch in freely without taking damage from Stealth Rock, of course. And really all you need is Sacred Fire and Extreme Speed, although as we saw in that video, there are some Pokemon that can resist both, so you just got to be careful with that. But Trailblaze is there just to get speed boosts, or if you predict a switch or something like that. And then, you know, Flutter Mane doesn't need any introduction. Mamoswine's great, you know. Good stuff. This was a great team. I'm really happy about this. I'll probably keep using it on the ladder as I try to rank up. But I do have a couple other teams in the works, so if you saw my last video, if you watched my last video with my Smeargle team until the very end, I do actually show off a little bit of a sneak peek of a Pokemon that I'm cooking with. There's a team that I built with a Pokemon that I guarantee you haven't seen people use on the ladder. I have not seen it at all in any of my videos. So I'm excited to try that one out, and it's a Pokemon that I just absolutely love. So I'm excited for that video. That'll be coming this week in the next upload. Well, in the next upload, I might do something different, and then after that, I will have that new team with that awesome Pokemon. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. I really hope you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments how you would have played that game too. If was all hope lost from the get-go? Should I have just picked different Pokemon from the start? Let me know in the comments. Also, please have a great day because you deserve it, and I'll talk to you next time.